You ever have those days where you feel like you're doing everything right, but deep down, you're slowly disintegrating like a paper straw in a milkshake? You wake up early, you hydrate, you make your bed, you write in a gratitude journal you barely believe in. You even do 5 minutes of deep breathing before checking your phone, which you obviously check anyway. By 10 a.m., you're already exhausted. Not because you've done too much, but because you've been performing the idea of productivity instead of actually living. You've been doing all the right things and still feel kind of lost. Let's talk about that. Not in a lecture, here's how to fix your life way. Nah, more like sitting on the couch with a hoodie, talking to a friend who's seen some stuff, cried in a Target parking lot, maybe had a breakdown in a Trader Joe's aisle over frozen dumplings. A friend who gets it. Because here's the truth. Most people won't tell you. Not all habits that look productive are actually helping you. Some of them are emotional vampires, sucking you dry while you're out here, thinking you're thriving. Let's start with the obvious villain in disguise, optimizing every second. You've got apps for meditation, an app to track your water, an app to shame you for not hitting your step goal. You time block your day, like a Tetris game. 8 a.m., morning mindfulness. 8:30, gratitude. 9 a.m., world domination. Look, I admire the ambition, but when every minute of your life is scheduled, you're not living. You're just project managing your own anxiety. You ever try to relax and then suddenly remember you're supposed to be doing breathwork or supposed to be journaling your limiting beliefs? Like, bro, I just wanted to eat cereal and stare at a wall for 5 minutes. And I can't even do that without feeling like I'm wasting time? That's not productivity. That's stress wearing yoga pants. Let me hit you with this one. The illusion of starting. You know what I'm talking about. You open your laptop, you play lofi beats, you open the document, you type the title. Then you open a new tab and Google how to be more productive while your work just sits there, staring at you like, really? You convince yourself you just need to find the right system, the right playlist, the right lighting before you begin. It's not procrastination, it's preparation. Except you're actually just scared. Scared to do the thing. Because what if you do it and it's not good? So you stay in this in-between, busy, but untouched by risk. I remember this one time I set up the perfect writing environment. Candles lit, tea steeping, blanket, Spotify playlist titled Deep Flow. I even opened my notes app to warm up my thoughts like some kind of mental microwave. And then I spent 3 hours reorganizing my Dropbox folders. I renamed them. I made a folder called Productivity. I put a screenshot of a calendar in there. Like, what was I doing? Nothing. But I looked so productive. And when someone texted me, "What are you up to?" I replied with, "Just working." And technically, I wasn't lying. I was just lying to myself. Here's another one. The glorification of hustle. I used to think if I wasn't tired at the end of the day, I hadn't worked hard enough. Like productivity had to feel like pain. And if I wasn't sacrificing something, sleep, peace, sanity, then I wasn't serious about my goals. But man, that's not growth. That's burnout dressed in ambition's clothing. Some of us are out here treating fatigue like it's a trophy. Look how hard I worked. Look how little I slept. Look how much I sacrificed. But if the cost of your dreams is you, then maybe the dream needs a rewrite. Let's talk about perfectionism. Oh, that little gremlin. That sneaky voice that says, don't do it unless you do it perfectly. You want to start something. Writing, a business, a YouTube channel, painting weird frogs for Etsy, whatever. And the second you begin, the voice shows up. That's not very good. So instead of continuing, you stop, you tweak, you stall. You spend 6 hours choosing a font instead of finishing the thing. You're not lazy, you're scared. You're scared to make something imperfect. But hear this. Done and imperfect will always beat perfect and imaginary. You can't edit a blank page. You can't improve something that doesn't exist. And the worst one? Helping everyone but yourself. You're the fixer, the helper, the one who says yes before thinking. Your calendar's full, your inbox is overflowing, your phone battery is dying from all the, hey, quick question texts. And yet your own goals, your own joy, collecting dust. You ever help 5 people in one day and then cry in your kitchen for no reason? That's called emotional debt, and it adds up. You don't get a standing ovation for burning yourself out quietly. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to say not right now. Saying no to others is sometimes the biggest yes to yourself. Let me tell you about my friend Chris. Chris is the kind of guy who reads 4 books a month, watches documentaries, takes notes like he's going to be tested on life. One day I asked him, "So, what are you doing with all this knowledge?" And he goes, "Well, I'm preparing." Preparing for what? A game show. Life is now. Information without application is just entertainment. And Chris realized it. Eventually, he stopped reading and started building. He made mistakes, but he started living. He stopped learning life and started living life. Don't be a Chris in chapter 1. Be a Chris in chapter 12. And here's the one that hurts the most. Never being satisfied. You finish something and immediately think, okay, what's next? You hit a milestone and feel nothing. You tick off a goal and raise the bar before you even celebrate. That's not ambition, that's self-abandonment. You're running on a treadmill that only speeds up when you succeed. No wonder you're tired. What if? The goal isn't to constantly improve, but to remember you're already worthy. That rest isn't the enemy. That peace is a destination, not a delay. So now, take a breath, like a real one. Deep inhale. Hold it. Exhale slow. You're not behind. You're not failing. You're not wasting time. You are becoming. And that takes patience. That takes pauses. That takes choosing life over the illusion of productivity. What's real? The walk you took without headphones. The laugh you had with a friend. The journal entry where you were brutally honest. The morning you cried and still got up. That's real growth. That's real strength. You don't need another system. You don't need a new planner. You don't need to wake up at 5 a.m. and drink lemon water while standing on one leg and chanting affirmations in Latin. You just need to be here, with yourself, in the truth of your own humanity, because you matter more than your metrics. So if all you do today is breathe, feel something, rest, you've already won. Say it with me. I am not behind. I am not broken. I am not a machine. I'm a person. And I'm allowed to be enough, even when I'm not doing. Stay wise. Stay human. And if your smoothie still tastes like disappointment, throw it away. Get a croissant. You're doing better than you think.